Okay, hi. Welcome to Entrepreneur School, everybody. I'm excited that you're joining us today. I am currently in a new innovation space in Cochrane, Alberta. So we have the opportunity to have like a hybrid workshop today. So there may be some people joining us in the room and there's some of you online. So that's awesome. Really excited about this today. If we haven't met before, my name is Kelly Sinclair. I am the founder of Entrepreneur School and KS & Co. We are a marketing and branding agency, and we bring in amazing trainers like Janice to talk about all of the different pieces of entrepreneurship, because growing your business, as you know, is doing so much more than the thing that your business does. So Deborah, oh, I thought you had a question.
Like that, yeah.
This is, yeah, pop in and out. I think everyone knows the etiquettes of Zoom now. You're welcome to engage with us. Let us know where you are in the chat, where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know how far we're reaching from what I consider a small town of Cochrane, Alberta, where I am right now. And I know Janice, you're on the west coast of Canada, so that's cool. Toronto, cool. Awesome. So we are here today to talk all about LinkedIn, this very underutilized, I'm sure Janice would say, tool to help you grow your business. And I have had the pleasure of having Janice several times for different events that I'm doing. So I'm going to let her introduce herself and then jump right on into the content and the how we can engage with each other today in this workshop.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kelly. And I'm hoping that Deborah will come back and come live with us. And welcome, Jude. And hopefully there'll be a few more people that show up live, but we'll see. A lot of people are so busy these days that they sign up for things and then it's like, I'll watch it later, right? Anyway, my name is Janice Porter, and I'm thrilled to be here. I am a relationship marketing specialist, and I say that because what I do is I teach people really how to use LinkedIn to build relationships. And I think that makes me somewhat unique, but in that a lot of people just train on how to build your profile and then there you go. Or it's about content. And for me, it's about people. So I look at how, in the sense that Kelly mentioned, it is underutilized because people are missing out on it as a networking tool. And that's what I love to use it as. So then I teach people, I encourage people to take those new connections that they make off LinkedIn and nurture them through a series of greeting cards and gifts that kind of disrupts the pattern of our usual text messaging and emailing, but sends a real card in the mail. And that kind of draws their attention. It gets their attention a little bit more. And so and then it's about follow up and all of that good stuff that I'm a networker by trade. I'm a connector. And so for me, it's always about the people and the relationships and making them work. I also have a podcast called Relationships Rule. Oh, what a surprise. And Kelly has been a guest on that podcast. I think, yes, you have. Yes, of course you were. All right. So I wanted to actually, and I don't know, Kelly, if I'm okay to do this, but I wanted to ask people what their biggest question or the thing that bothers them the most, or what they're curious about on LinkedIn. And then I'll show a few slides, and then I can get into maybe doing some profile audit if people are up for it, or whatever. I'm open because I can go one way or the other. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to start with a few slides in a minute that will give you a basis from which we'll start. So do any of you here have any big questions that you want answered about LinkedIn? Yeah, Jude, go ahead.
Hi, nice to be here.
You too.
And I wanted to ask about, I'm on LinkedIn. I am in the personal development industry. And for me, it's about, we know that we are looking for clients on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
And if we say, no, we are just looking for relationship, it's a lie.
Yeah,
It's a business. And I think my stumbling block would be, once I get to talk to somebody, then I just do my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's the getting the attention of the person, meaning you find somebody, the profile that you like, that you think you can help the person. And but it's about copywriting, the good copy, right? I mean, how do you get their attention to get them to read what and then make it in such a way that it looks genuine? It's not like you're trucking them
So
into something.
let's clarify here. When you say it's about copywriting, or do you mean in direct messages?
Yes, in for
Direct.
example, I will get somebody who invites me to connect on LinkedIn
Mhm.
when there's no message at all.
Got it. Okay.
And it's like sometimes you say you wonder why. Because if you have a good sentence or whatnot
Yeah.
that
Okay.
shows the person that genuinely you want to connect with them, you're not just trying to say next call I will sell you something.
Right. Don't do that.
Um,
Okay. I get it.
yeah,
And we'll talk
yes,
about that. That's awesome. Thank you. Because that's what,
thank you.
that's my, I call it my bailiwick. That's where I like to shine. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
Laura or Deborah, do you have any questions that are burning questions for you about LinkedIn?
Yeah, no burning questions. I'm just so new to it
Okay.
that this is fantastic. So
Okay.
thank you.
All right. That's awesome. Anybody else? All right. So let me start by I want to do a little bit of an overview around the look, the profile, just a few minutes on that, and then we'll get into the making it work for you. So let me see. The thing I hate is when I share my screen, then I can't see you, and it just drives me crazy. I like to see people. So just let me present view. You can start. Give me 1 second.
Well, that's a great question in the chat, Deborah. Is it possible to work for anyone or everyone? So is that like, who is LinkedIn really for? Right?
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that. Let me just get this up here. PowerPoint. Okay, now presenter view. You know what I really don't want to do is do my presenter view, because when I do that, I can't see you. So how does that feel?
That's fine. That's good to me.
It's not very professional to not do it, is it?
But everybody's seeing everybody.
Yeah, you can see, but if I go into presenter view on my slides, then I can't see you guys. My slides are over on this other screen. You can see them, right?
Yeah.
But if I go into true presenter mode where I make it full screen, then I can't see you. But if you want me to do it, I will. It's up to you, Kelly.
I think it looks fine.
Okay. All right. So to answer basically your question, Deborah, around, is LinkedIn, who's it for? I think if you're in business, oh no, there's the thing. I'm going to put it in presentation mode because you're going to see those notes, and that's going to be just very disruptive. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, thank you. I get it. Okay. I just can't see you. So let me know if they have a question that comes up in the chat as I'm going through this. Okay.
Yep.
So basically, and this is a little outdated, actually, there's over 850 million people that are members of LinkedIn to this date worldwide. And they are decision makers. They are generally highly educated and have disposable income. And that's something to keep in mind in comparison to the other platforms. However, and it skews like higher male than any of the other platforms do, but it's pretty much, just under and over 50%. And in Canada, there's about 19 million users, and the US, of course, has the most, which is a third of their population, and followed by India and China. But there's more people there, so it would be like that. But 19 million is 20, it's more than half of our population, closer to a third of our population. So if you're in business, if you are in business for yourself, you need to have a professional profile, and LinkedIn is the place to do that. And particularly, maybe you're new enough that you don't even have a proper website yet. So if you can have a free LinkedIn profile that becomes your professional presence for the time being, go for it. But make it be the best it can be. Okay. LinkedIn is the largest business to business platform. You can not only bring in more business, but you can get to the heart of business and conversations faster on this platform because it is a business platform. You can find collaborators here. You can find strategic business partners, as well as finding more referrals and connections. You can build your credibility by being visible on a regular basis, and you can build your authority in your field by the information that you post and that you give value to people about, and you can grow your network here. Oops, there we go. And I say that LinkedIn is not about selling, it's about relationship building. It is a lead generation tool. And I want to just show you in these slides the 5 steps to make LinkedIn work for you, and then we'll get down to the details. So you want to create your best first impression. You want to be authentic, build relationships strategically, use the platform consistently, and as I said already, be visible to show your authority. So I'm going to show you a few examples of the good, the bad, and the ugly, I guess you would call it. These are the main things that you need to build on your profile. And they are what I call the 3 H's: the header, the headshot, the headline, your about section, your experience section, and now it's good to have a featured section. And then there are some minor players in there, like your volunteer work, organizations you belong to, publications you might have been printed in, projects that you've worked on, other things that will round out your profile and make people look for a common thread that they can have a conversation with you about. So this is what I call above the fold. The very first thing that people see are your header, which is the background image, your headshot, and your headline, which is the piece right under your name. And so you want to look at that first impression. By the way, people don't even get 7 seconds anymore. It's like instant. So which one looks better? Obviously, the one that is more complete. This is the default background, and it's prime real estate. So you should put something up there that speaks to your business. If you have a website, you might want it to be the same color scheme, the same look as your website. If you don't, or if you are promoting a book you just wrote, or if you are a speaker, it might be something that shows you on stage. However, I don't encourage too much in the way of too many photographs up here, because it messes with your headshot. Now, this headshot is a family photo, very cute, but it has nothing to do with her business. This is a little bit better, but if I had this full screen for you, you would see that her husband's shoulder is there in the right beside her. So a professional headshot is really the way to go if you can do it. And it should be head and shoulders, and it should show the whites of your eyes, so you're smiling through your eyes as well as smiling in the picture, of course. And then this shows her business. It also puts her website up there, so it's easy for people to see. And then a common mistake that people make when it comes to their headline is saying they're the owner or the president of the name of their company. The only people that search on LinkedIn for owners or president or founder are people who want to sell you something, okay, for your business. So use this space wisely. It is, in my opinion, the most important real estate on LinkedIn. Why? Because whenever you make a post, that goes with you, your name and your headline. When you do a recommendation for somebody, that goes with you, your name and your headline. When you comment on somebody else's posts, that goes with you. So there are all sorts of reasons why this needs to speak to your target audience and use keywords that people will be looking for to find somebody like you. So in this case, Sandy is a retail gift consultant. She deals with corporate gifts. And then her tagline, or her, not tagline, her benefit statement is helping business professionals choose the perfect gift for their clients. That pretty much says who she serves and how she serves them. So let's look, any questions about that? I'm going to show you another one in a second. And Kelly, you can interrupt me. if
That
you-
was already, I'm like going to look at mine right now. What does it say?
So
Okay,
can we just ask the question, Janice, or?
yes, please do.
So what if you have two, so I have a consultancy and then I have a separate spiritual space that I work, like a consultancy for companies and professional individuals, and then a counseling space. So how would you navigate that with the, and I'm just going to confess right now before you go to the
Yeah.
audit, I don't have anything on my LinkedIn except my picture and my name. I know, but I
Okay.
have all the other stuff written. I just haven't put it up yet because I'm scared. But,
Okay.
but
Okay,
I've
so
seen a couple that slash through the middle of that banner and put
Yeah.
both products, but then I feel like I'm giving them too much to do. And then I don't know
yeah,
what to do.
that's confusing. I think that, and I'm going to show you, because I'm going to show you mine in a minute and show you that I have more than one thing that I do too. So let's come back to that, but it's a great question. Okay. And there's different ways to deal with it. Okay. I think one way, actually, now that,
Yes, thank you.
yeah, one way in here is that you can, with words, you can, give the different key words that speak to the different parts of what you do, and then be more generic, maybe in the benefit or positioning statement. Because are your two businesses related at all?
Yes, yeah, they can,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So let's come back to your specific instance in a bit, and I will definitely address it. Okay. Here's another example of someone who had like, how inviting is this? Or is this 10 times more inviting? Okay. Like, Sean was a great guy to work with. He's a sales guy. This picture just was too far away and it was old. And again, he did that same thing, managing partner at the name of his company. Okay. That doesn't tell us anything of itself, or more than just that he's one of the, managing partner in the company. So he and his brother both worked with me, and they have completely, they have similar headlines or headers or banners, but their messaging is a little different because of their roles in the company, but it feels the same as their website. And in here, Sean is saying managing partner, sales and marketing professional, customer relationship specialist, and then his statement, connecting clients with customers across Canada, focus on, and then he lists the vertical markets that the spaces that they work in. So there's a lot more information right there in that first impression, plus an updated headshot. Okay. Now, mine is pretty boring actually, but I just redid my website and these are the colors. So I changed the colors on my header to match my website. I did a new headshot because I needed one. And I've just put here, and this is what I was thinking about for you, and I've forgotten your first name, the lady that asked me the question just recently, is that we could have some kind of a benefit statement or, tagline, and then maybe your email address or if you have a website that covers both things, something, it doesn't have to be there, but just something simple that speaks to, it might be something that's, I'll know more when I see it when I talk to you. Okay. This is another client just to show you that she was very clear. It matches her website look. She's got her logo and her name of her company and her benefit statement. She also has her URL on here. And although she has these lines behind her picture, it doesn't fight with her headshot. It's actually quite fine. Okay. Now, after your three header, headline, and headshot, the fourth H is actually called the hook. I call it the hook because it's the beginning of your about section. And your about section is your narrative. This is the piece that people, if they're looking to do anything or to find out anything about you, past that first impression, this is where they're going to go. And your about section, it used to be called the summary, and your about section is your in first person, and it's in first person because it's your narrative. It's not a resume. It's not a cut and paste from your resume. Now, this is an example of one. Notice that you have 1, 2, and then this space is 3, and this is 4. You have 4 lines on a desktop. You have, I think, 2 lines on a phone to read this before you see the see more button on somebody's profile. So if you can build curiosity and have them want to click more, then that's what you want to do here. And this one doesn't quite finish here, but she says, I love puzzles and nothing fascinates me more than a business with a marketing or sales problem that needs to be solved. During my years as a sales rep, I've had the opportunity to work with small businesses who've struggled with their offline and online marketing. I prefer it to be finished, but that's what she did. Now, the hook starts the part of your about section that's a 3-part formula in my estimation. Here's another one. I like this one better. Are you looking for a realtor who gets you? I work with people, not transactions. I don't view real estate as deals to be won. Rather, I care about making sure my clients are abundantly satisfied with the results. Right away, you know if this is a realtor who gets you, right? Who thinks about people, not just about the sale. If that's what you think about, then you'd want to read more. And I love that she did that. And so I'm going to show you her full about section, not because I want you to read it, but because I want you to see that there's white space. Okay, there's space, but I'm also going to show you, I'm going to break it down for you. So the first 4 lines is before the see more. And then she goes into a little bit about her background. After a long career teaching, I shifted to real estate. I wanted to continue serving the community, but in a new classroom. I live by the golden rule. I surround myself with professionals and leaders in their fields, including home stagers, organizers, and photographers. I partner with these trusted vendors to make your real estate experience as stress-free as possible and achieve the best results for you. When it comes to choosing outstanding lenders and title companies, I know who to recommend and discern what you need. One size does not fit all. Now, that tells you about her values and her philosophy around what she does, which is kind of the first piece. Some people, it's easy. Some people, it's more of, it's important to show their background and the years of experience they've had. But I work with my clients to build this section with them and bring it out of them so that it makes sense. Then the second part of the 3-part format is what I call client facing. Are you struggling with any of these real estate issues right now? 1, 2, and 3. They're the issues that speak to who her target audiences are and what their pain point might be. Okay. And so she's listed them as a first-time home buyer, a first-time home seller, or an empty nester, and the piece that may be frustrating them. So then she says, I get it, I can help you. And then she does a little bit of a summary there. It doesn't have to be as long as that. And then the last piece of the 3-part format, which is not quite all there in this cut that I made because it has her contact info, but it's let's start the conversation and help get you started. It's the call to action. It's here's my number, here's my calendar link, whatever it is, so that they can start the conversation with you. Now I'm going to stop there for a minute, and I'm going to ask you if that brings up any questions or any thoughts around the about section.
Deborah asked, what was the green dots for?
Oh, okay. Nothing to do with that, but I'll tell you what those are. No, it's okay.
Well, I wanted to know too, because I've
Yeah.
seen them. Because
Yeah.
I've gone on LinkedIn to events, I think. I don't know, but I've seen those and I don't know
Yeah,
what they are.
so if
That's what-
you
Sorry,
see-
I should have said I have that question. I'm sorry.
No, that's
Let
okay.
me own it.
No, that's okay. If you see the green dot that's solid green beside somebody's headshot, it means that they are logged into their profile and they're on a desktop or a laptop. If you see the green dot and it has a white dot in the center, it means they're logged in and they're on a mobile device.
Oh.
Yes. And if you see nothing, it means one of two things. One, that they're not logged in, or two, they have the privacy setting on their profile so that you can't tell whether they're logged in or not.
Okay.
Because one of the tricks that I like to use when somebody has the dot, either green dot on there is, and I'm online and I want to message them, maybe they'll see it right then and there because they're logged in. So it's a good time to send a message to somebody if you see that they are online. So great question, not a problem. Okay, was that helpful breaking down that about section? Okay, good. So I'm going to go to the next piece.
I think what you're saying there is it's like so much more than just plopping your bio into this part of LinkedIn. It's about having a conversation with people. It's kind of written like storyteller style as well.
Yes, that's good observation. It's for me, it's more inviting as well if you are speaking to your target audience, because people will self-select, right? If they see that you're not their person. But if they're curious and they see that you speak their language, they will be. And that's why I've become actually quite comfortable saying to audiences that I'm all about relationships. And that's the piece I focus on when I'm using LinkedIn, because some people are more about content. They love to write and it works for them. That's not who I am. So, I mean, I do post and occasionally, and I know the ins and outs of what's important when you're posting, but that's just not my specialty, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's look at, okay, come on here. There we go. Okay, I just want to show you one little piece here. So when you're looking at, so you can see my headline there, by the way, LinkedIn trainer, relationship marketing specialist, podcast host and guest, and then my benefit statement, increasing your sales by building relationships online and nurturing them offline. Now, what this slide was about is to show you this piece. How did I get my logo there? Well, it starts with going down to your work experience section. And that's where you bring it up, but it doesn't start there. Sorry, it starts by building a company page. You are allowed to do that from your profile. There's a menu at the top, and I'll show you after when I go live, that you can create a company page. And that company page is where you would put your logo instead of a headshot. And I use it generally as a small business owner or a solopreneur. You just need it really as a placeholder. It allows you to put something there about your business. It allows you to put a description of your business or businesses, and maybe I haven't changed this yet now that I look at it to match my new website colors, so I have to do that. But again, it's a different version of the banner. So once you've got that up, then you go to your work experience, and when you use the pencil to add your company here, you start to type the name of your company, and as you're typing it, it will bring it up below. If you have a company page, it will bring it up with the logo beside it. You click on it and there's the logo. So now that it's there, it will automatically bring it up here. I hope that makes sense, but I can show you when we go live. Okay. Now I'm wondering, before we go into, because we have another, hour? Yeah, so before we go into the outreach, I'm wondering if this is a good time to look at any of your profiles, just to give you a quick heads up on what you can do, if you're open to that. Okay, so Laura.
May I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't have a profile to audit, but if I heard you correctly, so there you are differentiating between posting content and relationship building. Is that correct?
Through direct messaging.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
okay.
Yeah, obviously you can build a relationship through content as well by, people like what you're posting, they'll start to follow you, or they might reach out to you to connect with you and whatever. I find that just more passive. I'd rather do some strategic outreach to find the people I want to talk to and direct message them.
You're gonna walk through that today?
I may do a little
Like,
bit.
okay.
Okay, that's fine. I'm teasing you.
She's like, tell us more
No,
about
no,
that.
I'm just,
Yes,
I have no
yes, no.
idea.
However,
it
Laura, your first goal is
Can't see it?
to do your profile, okay? Because there's no point doing any of the other until people get the best impression of you, okay?
Agreed.
Okay, Jude, are you up for it?
Yes.
You want me to
Yes,
look at the
and
profile?
I'll put it, I'll just put the link
I
on
see it.
in the chat.
Perfect.
Excellent. This is the fun part.
Yeah. It's always,
You can't audit mine.
okay, fine. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. I'm
No,
gonna
it's
go here. And I'm gonna go, hang on, here we go. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay,
Sorry, yes, I muted.
that's fine, that's fine. Okay, so let's find out a little bit more about Jude, shall we? Oops, I'm just trying to move that up and it's not letting me. All right. So helping entrepreneurs match their strategies and hard work with real tangible results. I like that. This is a little bit hard to read. It's a bit dark. Is there any way, if there's any way through where you got that image, you can make that image brighter, that would probably be a good thing. I see energetic opportunity, but I'm struggling.
You know, but you know what I want people to read is just the white line, entrepreneur.
Oh, see, and I didn't even see that. That's so weird.
Hmm.
Yeah, so interesting. Did you create that or did you find that image?
No, I have a VA. She found that for me, and I thought it was a good idea.
And was it like that with the entrepreneur written down?
Yes,
Okay.
correct. Yes.
I feel as though, well, maybe I would maybe try.
Is it hard to read?
Well, I don't know. What do the rest of you think?
The screen is
Or do you see it?
from me, but
So
it,
I'm a reader, so I thought those were actual books. So I was trying to read the titles, but that was, I didn't think,
Okay.
the white letters didn't stand out to me.
No, they don't
I
stand
thought-
out to me either.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know
So,
if you were an
Okay.
author or something. That's what I was thinking.
All right.
yeah, so,
Thank you.
so here's another thought around that. There's a couple of things bothering me about this, and this is one of them. I don't know, who are you hiring? What are you trying to hire? Who are you trying to hire?
Real estate, financial planners,
You want to
self-employed
hire
people.
them or you want them to be your client?
No, I train them.
You train them,
Yes.
right? But you're not hiring them, right?
No.
So why do we have this here?
Oh no, this is for I'm looking to hire VAs. So
Ah.
it's I think this is when you want to hire somebody, not necessarily having to do with your business. I thought that.
Well, you're right, except that I think of that more about a big company that's hiring and recruiters can see that or that whatever. I don't know. How big is your company?
No, I mean I'm just myself and I have
Right.
a couple of
So
VAs,
I'm
two
gonna
people working
suggest-
with me.
I'm going to suggest that you don't put that
I'm
there.
not
Just-
really remove it.
Yeah, because it feels like we have to talk about your profile. That's distracting to me. I don't know. It doesn't feel right for a solopreneur. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Okay, and then maybe instead of this, you find another image, but maybe here we're going to put your, your website right here or a call to, like, I like this, but I think I would move it over so it's not on top of your picture. I just get fussy about banners, but we can talk about offline. Okay.
All right.
Oh, now this is interesting. Love this. So instead of that, Okay, you're looking at the pronunciation of your last name, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so I want you to look at mine for a second. Hang on. Do you see this little megaphone?
Janice Porter.
So you can actually record that so that people can hear the pronunciation of your name if you want to. And
Okay.
I think that's
Yes.
cute, but it might be better to just do that. Now, how do you do that?
It's
Okay.
definitely is better. Yes.
Yeah, so you have to do it on your phone and then it works everywhere. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
iPhone, I know. Android, it's probably similar, but I can't give you exacts. But I can tell you that what you do is you have the LinkedIn app,
On the phone. Okay.
and then you go to your headshot in the top left corner and view. Oh, hang on, I've done this. No. Sorry, go back to the picture. Okay. You click on the picture itself in the top left corner on your profile. And then at the bottom, what comes up is add. No, sorry, I'm doing the other one. Sorry, I'm doing the wrong one. Sorry, ignore me. I'm going back.
I have Android, so maybe it will
Well,
be different. but
it's a little bit similar.
Hmm.
Just a minute. View profile. Yeah, view profile, and then there's a pencil just to the bottom right of the banner. Click that
Yes.
pencil, and then you'll see your name and so on. And then it says name pronunciation. It should
And
be
then I
just
can
one
record.
vote. And then you
Yes.
can record it. And once you've saved it, then it will come up here. So
Very
you should
good.
try
Thank
it.
you.
That's kind of fun.
Yes.
All right. Your headline. I'm a coach helping entrepreneurs match their strategies and hard work with real tangible results. See what other entrepreneurs say about our work in the About section. Okay, so here's what LinkedIn would suggest, and I would suggest, instead of using your valuable real estate to say that, you get people to give you recommendations. Okay, so recommendations on LinkedIn are the highest form of flattery, and they are social proof. Okay, so if you go down to the bottom of my profile, I'm going to say to you, if you're thinking about working with me, go to the recommendations on my profile or the testimonials on my website, but on LinkedIn, they're called recommendations. And what you see are the most recent 3. And then you'll see I have another 121 of them under here. You can look at any one of these people and look at their profiles and see how we work together. Or you can say, Janice, let me introduce me to so-and-so. I'd like to ask them, I'd like to ask them how they worked with you. And I'm happy to do that. But recommendations on your profile are where that should be. Okay. So when we go back to this, you actually have 220 characters for this section. And I like it to be keywords and a benefit statement. So sometimes we'll drop the I'm a coach helping. What we would do is put like, are you a business coach? So business coach, entrepreneurs coach, or and this is just off the top of my head, sales, mindfulness coaching.
I understand. Yes.
Right. Okay. And then I would have a benefit statement that says, inspiring entrepreneurs or helping entrepreneurs match their strategies and hard work with, you can say, with real tangible results. But what I like to see, instead of it being like a sentence, and I love that you've got the pipe stem dividing them. That's what I usually recommend for people. Notice that, what was I going to say? No, this is just, forget this. Don't worry about that. I was going to say something else. What was I going to say?
Okay.
Hang on. Oh, I know that I like to use what's called like title capitals. So in your benefit statement, capitalize every word other than like the little ones like buy and use the and sign because it uses up less space. Okay.
Right.
So what I usually do is I build a profile, about section and headline on a Word document with my clients so we can count the number of characters as we're going and make sure that it works. Okay, so hopefully that helps. And then
Yes.
down to your about section. I'm not excited about emojis on LinkedIn, but sometimes they work. I'm just wondering though, instead of saying read this, I would entrepreneur. I might say, are you a budding or current or like experienced or serial entrepreneur? I would say all three of those things. And then I'd say, are you looking, I'd move this up and I say, are you looking to accomplish your revenue increasing goals faster with an unshakable conviction that it will happen? And instead of saying that it'll happen, it's more effective if you say it will happen. And I wouldn't say, let's talk about it here. I would then say, and those would be your top 4 lines. And then come into, I can help you identify what you want, how to get it, and what's the most efficient and genuine way to achieve it. And then I'd have to go in and look at the rest. But basically, speak to your audience or audiences by either talking about their pain points or asking questions that lead to their pain points. And then your results basically is, you don't want to give away the details here. You want to say then, we need to talk because I can help you out of these things, kind of thing. That's right. You're going to solution. And then I wouldn't put this here, and for more than one reason. One, because you're sending them off LinkedIn. Where is this going? To your website?
It's not, it's a site on its own. It's a video.
How long's the video?
2 minutes.
Then you can bring the video in here. Is it on YouTube or Vimeo?
No, it's a separate, it's just a private video.
Then I'd have to look at it, but my recommendation is that we embed it here somehow, rather than take them offline. You can do that. You can do it under experience. You can put a video, and you can, and that's what I would recommend, that you put it down there. And what's this?
This is a calendar link.
Okay, I just want to see, because I think I would put what I did with my calendar link. Okay, there it is right there. Okay, so if I go, somehow I think that's what I would do rather than the bit.ly link, because that shows it's got your name again and it's that you can book me, right? The other thing that I've done, pardon me?
It's clickable from there, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not clickable from here. It isn't. That's true. But you can't do it on here to make it clickable. I'll show you where you can. But I've taken, like, if you want to book a call with me, you go to callwithjanice.com, and that goes to my calendar link.
Okay.
So it's got a URL that I pay for $12 a year or whatever, and that goes to it. So it just is cleaner than a bit.ly link, I think. But let's go back up here for a second. So there, you've got it in here, so that's good. You can put it here, or you can put you could put it in an address. So same thing, but that's good. You've got this clean, and you don't have a website then, right?
Oh, I should add my website here.
Oh, definitely you should. Yeah.
Yes.
You can have
I should add yes. Because I do have one.
Okay. Your birthday's the day after mine, Virgo, like it. Okay. All right. And so I think I'm going to just ask Deborah and Laura for a second before I come back, because I think you're in a perfect situation where you've got 6,800 followers, so about 6,800 connections, and you need to be doing something with them. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So did you understand? You don't have a website, right?
I don't have a logo.
You don't have a logo. So get your VA, if she can do a stylized initials for your company, like your TIR consulting,
Mhm.
get it to do a stylized logo. That's all I did, but right? And I paid somebody.
It's attractive. Yes, it's attractive. Yeah.
It just looks better. And when you put
Mhm.
it there, then, and in order to do a business page, a company page, you go, I think it shows up under work, create a company page.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's how you do it. Okay.
Mhm.
And those of you who don't have a profile yet, don't worry about that. Just with profile first. Okay. And then I just want to go down to your education. See how they've all got that you've done that where you can. BNI has a logo. You should be able to do that. So are you a Bob Proctor disciple then? Is that the
Yes.
training you do? Okay.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with
Disciple. The first time I hear the word
disciple,
disciple.
right. There's nothing wrong with that coming into play somewhere in your information, because he was such a great, personal development guy.
Mhm.
Have you met him?
Oh, yes.
You
Yeah.
met him, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is a really key point here. You need new recommendations because the one you're showing is 12 years old. And that's bad karma because it doesn't show that, right? You've got to get something current up there. Remember, the top 3 that show are ones that's what you see. So you need to either hide that one or put 3 new ones to push that one
New
down.
ones.
Okay, so there you go. And you've got a lot of other things that are filled in here, which is great. Okay. Do you want me to have a quick look at yours, Deborah?
Absolutely. As I said, I'm really new to this.
Deborah, what's
And
your last name?
MILOTTE.
Is that you?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Okay. Is this current?
We are in the countdown now. So yes, we're midway through it. Now I know I do need to change that because that's a registration link.
Yeah, I think.
So yeah, so right off the bat, I am.
Now, it's okay. Are you, is this a direct sales company or network marketing company?
No, not at all. It
Oh.
is a health and wellness area, and we're running a countdown to weight loss and better overall holistic health and wellness.
So what do you do? Do you sell products or do you coach people?
Coach people.
Okay. So when you say we are on a countdown, what do you mean?
Oh, my apologies. I'm a facilitator for this group. I am a wellness coach.
Okay.
And this is we're doing a collaboration. It's a whole group of us that have our own clients, but we are coaching collectively.
Okay. Okay. So keep in mind that your profile is to highlight you, right? And so rather than this countdown being on here, you want to have something that speaks to your business. Okay.
Perfect. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, Janice, that brings up a question for me. Is the header something that you actually want to actively change in alignment with promotions that you're doing, or you want
Well, you can. And so but I think if she's new, she needs to establish herself first on the platform. If you're doing something, Kelly, I can see you changing it every once in a while. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like I don't, especially because I'm reading this and I'm not really getting who you are yet, because I asked you, what do you do, right? So you might want to say in here, health and wellness coach, I don't know till I get till I talk to you how to bring out more. Tired of being tired, you know, like it's more like that. Are you more about diabetes?
That is part of my why. I overcame and reversed my own type 2 diabetes
So-
diagnosis.
Okay, amazing. So that's going to be part of your story in the about section, but this is not your about section. Okay, just as is. It's got to tell your narrative. And I would have to work with you, but
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry to interrupt. You
Repeat
said this
what?
is not her about section, but it says about.
No, I'm saying that this languaging here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's all there is. There's no more. So that's why I'm saying it. Okay. And by the way, you get 2,600 characters for your about section. Okay. What does top tiered health and wellness mean?
Just a distinguished point that you're going to get the top level, top tiered coaching environment. You get the best experience that you've ever had.
Okay. Okay. Then that might need to come in here too. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back to my slides and just start talking about the outreach piece that I was talking about. And then I'll try and show you a couple of examples. So Deborah, you're still in the building phase, right? And so what I recommend that we do for you is that you get your profile strongly built and then continue to outreach to build your numbers. And that will probably be the same for you, Laura, because you need to build numbers so people can see you. And when you have a free profile, a free platform, free profile, the only time people will see you or you can see them is if you are first, second, or third level connected. What do I mean by that? Do you understand that?
I think first is the people, I don't know. No, I don't.
It's okay. You're probably right. First level is, so right now, Deborah is on my second level because she's probably connected to, well, actually to Scott Dell, whom I know, and Scott and I are first level connected. So because he and I are first level connected, Deborah's on my next level. Second, like first level once removed, right? One cousin once removed because you're connected to somebody. So, and whereas Kelly and I are first level connections already. So if you're my second level, Deborah, then your second levels are my third levels. It's like first levels are direct connections, and then think concentric circles. It goes out and it goes out. I think I have a slide on that actually. I have to stop sharing and then share again.
So
Yep.
actually, I'll wait because you usually you've been answering it after. So I'll.
Okay. Oh yeah, I do have a slide on it. Okay, I'm going to show you right now. Okay. Okay, and I'll just move this over. So I say it all starts with a conversation. Oh, wait, I did the present thing, right? There we go. All right, so looking at this next slide, this is how it works. You are directly connected to people, and whoever they're connected to are your second level, and whoever these people are connected to are your third level. Okay, and with a free platform, your reach goes out based on the exponential growth of that happening. So if you have 50 connections at your first level and you connect with me to make me your first level, I have over 4,000 connections. So that will up your second level exponentially based on that. And I just went blank on the gentleman's
Okay.
name. Yeah.
Because
He has over 6,000. So you connect with him, that drills it out even more, right? Now, people who already have a lot of connections probably haven't been marketing to them. They haven't been staying connected to them. They haven't been reaching out and building those relationships. And what I find often happens is people are so busy looking for new people to sell to that they forget about the people that they already know and who they may know. So I recommend that anybody with, over 2,000, even 1,000 connections, when was the last time you talked to them? So here's an example of a message you could send to people that are already your first level connections. I know it's been a while. I'm making a concerted effort to reconnect with my LinkedIn connections. I hope you're doing okay as we begin to reemerge after these crazy couple of years. If you're open to a catch-up call, that would be great. Looking forward to your reply and booking a time to talk. So I would always, pardon me?
I like that. This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's simple, right? But it works. I got to tell you, it works, because if you've got 6,000 connections and you get 500 people that say, yeah, let's have a conversation, you've got warm calls, right? That you can explore possibilities with. So that's one thing. So now you can also look at new connections. So when you're looking at reaching out to new people, you have to think, who's my target audience, and be clear exactly who you want to connect with. You want to focus on second level connections. And I'm going to show you what I mean by this, and target active users, always sending a personalized note. And with second levels, you actually can leverage common connections. So let me show you what I mean.
I just opened LinkedIn and I had one of those messages from somebody who was like, hey, I'm reconnecting with people. What have you been working on? And I haven't talked to her for months.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
maybe she took your course.
Maybe she did. I don't know. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. And you can, personalize a message that fits for you. But when you're sending those to the people that you already know. But let's say I want to do a search, and I want to do a search for, I'm just going to go to the search people here. Okay. So let's say I want to search for realtors, for a realtor. Okay. Now I can say realtor or real estate agent. And notice I did the or in capitals, and that's a Boolean search feature that allows you to, if they have the word realtor or they have real estate agent in their profile, it'll pick one of those, like either or. Okay. So see all results. And this is based on just my connections. So I want to go people, and now I start to filter it down. So, oh wait, am I not in my own profile? What's going on here? I've got a zillion realtors. Oh no, I wasn't in mine. I was in yours. No wonder. No, I think that. Let's try that again. I should be. That was mine still. That's very weird. Okay, so let's try that again. Search realtor or real estate agent. I'm not sure why that's not coming up. There we go. Okay. 1,960,000 people in my database, basically. Well, that's ridiculous. I can't deal with that. So now I'm going to filter it down to only my second level connections. That brings it down to 57,000. Now, if I want to be specific and only deal with Canadians, or I could go to a state in California, if I just want to do California or whatever. So now I have 12,000. I can still, in the free platform, I can still go down by company if I want to, but I think for now, maybe I'll do EXP, the newest one. Probably not as many people, right? 428. Now, I noticed that, Jude, you're on a paid platform. So you would are you on Premium or Sales Navigator? Pardon?
I have premium, so Sales Navigator is in there.
So what?
I say I have Sales Navigator.
Oh, you
but,
have, you didn't say
I'm
that. You said you
my-
have premium. Okay, you have Sales
Yeah.
Navigator. So when you're on Sales Navigator, you can search with more filters. That's all it means. And it also means you have access to the world as opposed to just your first, second, and third level. And you can filter down by company size, by titles, by salaries, and different things that you can do. But there's a couple other neat things you can do here just with the basic. But what I want to show you here is a few things. So if you're doing outreach and you're looking for realtors, the first thing you're going to notice is, look at their picture. This person doesn't have a clue because I can't see her face. These people have, headshots. Most of them just say real estate, real estate, real estate. They don't say much else, right? It's typical of realtors. They're all my second level. I never, ever, ever connect here. I always go to their profile. And if I'm doing it on my phone, you cannot even do it on their profile to just hit connect and send a message. You have to hit the 3 dots or the more button that says add a note, personalize the note. Okay, just so you know. So let's say I go here. So I'm looking at her first impression. She doesn't have a really good first impression because I don't see anything here. She has a nice picture. She has nothing much here. She only has 128 connections, which is fine. But what's more important is she active on LinkedIn? Because if she isn't, and I send her a message, she probably wouldn't see it. Make sense?
Yes.
Right? But if she's active, and this shows me that she posted 2 days ago and then a week ago, and if I hit show all activity, I can see all the stuff that she's about in her news feed, right? So why is that useful? Because it gives me something to talk about, and it shows me whether I want to reach out to her or not based on her activity. The last thing I do look at, by the way, do they have any, she doesn't have any recommendations. Okay. So if I were to reach out to connect with her, because I think she's a prospect for my business, I hit the if I'm on a desktop, I'm going to hit the connect button, and then I'm going to add a personalized note. Now that personalized note does not need to be huge, because all we're getting them to do is accept. And they, unlike me, would probably just hit accept or ignore. Okay. But I'm just going to say something here like the one I said to the sample I showed you. I'm expanding my reach to realtors in the Canadian market. Would you be open to connecting here? Something like that. Okay. And then I would go back to my search, and I would do the next one, and I'd look at it and so on. It seems tedious, but it's better than wasting your time. Okay. If you're going to do it yourself, then you need to see what the people are about. Then if they come back in here and the notification says they've connected with you, then you go to their profile and do a thank you message, and you start the conversation. Okay. So let's see, who have I got in here? I don't think I have any. Oh, wait. No, I don't think I have anybody. I would see it here, actually. Oh, here's one. So this is someone now I have someone doing this for me right now rather than me doing it myself, because I'm trying to get broader search parameter. So this guy is an advisor, and I'm seeing the message that I supposedly sent him, but that's my approved message that my people are sending. Now, he hasn't responded to that yet. So this was today. So they will wait a few days, and then they'll send my next message that engages them more. Okay. But again, I'm going to quickly look at his profile. He needs my help. He doesn't have anything up here. Advisor at Cable Hill Partners, hasn't posted, so he's probably not even going to see it. Doesn't really tell me what he does. I know what he does. He's in investments and that kind of thing, but he's not using LinkedIn really very much. So he may never see that. So it's fine. Okay. So that's how I sort of go about the searches. Any questions about that?
That I never even considered before.
Really? What, doing outreach, you mean?
Yeah, like I've never used the search function on LinkedIn ever.
Mhm.
So
It's very powerful.
yeah.
You know, you might want to do, so here's another search. Who do you mostly coaches and consultants or entrepreneurs, small business owners, right? Entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Yes, entrepreneurs.
Yeah, and that's a very broad term. So, so wait, here's another thing you can do. So when I do that, I see this, oh no, I wouldn't send you to that one, but I might. Let's,
Oh yeah, there's groups on LinkedIn.
yeah, but groups on LinkedIn are really hard to find. But here's a, I'd rather do something else. So let me show you, this is really can be powerful too. I know this guy and I don't think that's an active network at the moment. So let's say I go to all filters, okay? And I look at it from the side panel, okay? There's a thing you can do here that's really cool. So let's say I want to go to second level connections and I want them to be either connections of a big influencer or followers of a big influencer. So like, who do you follow as a influencer, Kelly?
Um, Dragon's Den lady. What's her name?
The witch lady?
From Dragon's Den.
Oh,
Dickinson.
Arlene Dickinson?
Yeah.
Okay. Arlene Dickinson. There she is. Okay, perfect. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's do first and second. Followers of Arlene Dickinson. So I want them to be in Canada. Yes or no?
It doesn't matter to me, but sure.
Let's try Canada. Okay. Current company doesn't matter. Past company doesn't matter. What I'm looking for is really those people. And they speak English. Okay. Show results. 21,000 people. Now, keep in mind that if I'm going to look at people who follow Arlene Dickinson, that becomes my conversation starter, right? So people that follow her would have something in common with you. That's kind of where I'm coming from. So the other,
read her book or
yeah, exactly. The other way around that is, do you have, let me see, I'm going to go to you. Can I go to you? I'm not going to critique you.
sure.
Okay. I just want to show you something. So, so if we go down, and I want to see if you have this. Okay, you're not even saying that you follow her. Okay, so let's go.
Do though, don't I? Do I
No,
have to say that or do I have to actually
no,
just
but look, this is what you can do now. This is really cool. So I'm going to view her profile, and I am I thought I saw that I was following her. Yes, I'm following her, right? See that? Okay, so what you can do also is you can ring her bell, which means that your notifications will come up when she posts something new. And why is that important? Because if you look at her posting, let's pick a post that she did recently, a day ago. Okay, if every woman out there who has to fight to be heard, seen, respected, and free from, we ride with you. If standing up for yourself burns a bridge, I have matches, we ride at dawn. Now, what's important here is 147 people commented. Well, those are people that you want to talk to. Those are people that like what you like. Those are people that you can see whether they're first connection to you, third connection to you, and so on. You keep looking at these comments and you comment on their comments. That's how you start a conversation with someone in a like-minded situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
It's fascinating, but it's like, it's a way to find people that, you know, and you can say like, you know, someone who says, whatever, I'm not reading them, but someone like somebody's saying it's offensive, somebody else is saying it isn't. So find the person that aligns with you and go to their profile, connect with them. I saw you on Arlene Dickinson's post about this. I'd love to have a chat with you further, whatever. It's just a way of building connections with like-minded people. I think this is brilliant.
May I ask a question?
Of course.
So so obviously I'm lurking, right? I'm only getting lurking because I don't even know about this influencer business. But when looking through the comments, because I saw somewhere to do that, right? Or so I saw the comments are important. They're important everywhere, right? Because they're engagement. But the type, like is there an etiquette? Like, because I see some, I don't know.
Spit it out, Laura. It's okay.
People are, this is a business, this is a professional platform, but people are surprisingly unprofessional. And
That's the world.
and so
Yeah.
my question is, do
Don't get caught up in it. Don't get caught up in it.
yes, right, I agree. I'm wondering, so if you make, because I speak, well, one of the things that I serve in is the social justice space.
Okay.
And so do I just skip over it, or do I leave it, stale?
You mean when you see it on somebody else's?
Well, in anticipation of I've observed others.
Yes.
That,
Okay.
and so I'm curious as to how to navigate it. That's one of the reasons I've hesitated.
Well, I think that first of all, your profile needs to speak to what you stand for and your values and all of that around your space.
Mhm.
And if you think that, do you feel that you would be someone who would do postings around social justice issues
Mhm.
on
Yeah.
here? Okay. But you have to be so careful with political type things because that becomes political, right?
Right. What
political.
I'm focused on LinkedIn is using, so what I have are I have breakdowns of workplace situations that have gone viral. So like if I'll take the woman who worked for ABC, and then the CEO or whoever VP didn't give her tickets to Disney. So I take that and I walk through that, right? So it ends with an offering of alternatives. The alternative is this, the alternative is that type of thing.
I think that's great.
Sorry?
I think that's great because you're taking a teachable moment. You're taking an
Right.
example.
Yeah. That's all that's the vast majority of what my focus on LinkedIn, because it's in my mind, it's business.
Yep.
Having said that, what has been clear is that it's more than that in some way. And that's why I haven't done anything, because that's my consultancy. That's very clear to me. But then I also have this other piece that I work privately, and someone said that, oh, you have to have that on LinkedIn too. And that's when I gave up, but I already created the profile, so I can't get rid of it.
We should talk about it. I think that's something we should talk about and work through, because I think that if other people are commenting and it's out of line or out of place, I wouldn't get hooked by that. And if it's on your post, then you can hide their comments, or you can delete their comments because it's your post. So
that's what I was wondering. That's my question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Right.
All right. So you're welcome. So
I have one more. Can I ask one more? I'm sorry.
Okay.
The last thing is, so I have people who so I have about 25 friends who I haven't friended with on LinkedIn, obviously because I haven't put my stuff up, but I have all that ready. I was editing it. That's why I signed up for this last minute. And I'm posting it. Should I have some sort of strategy based on, like, you just opened a whole new thing to me, because they all have thousands of connections. That's why I told them to stop friending me, because it was overwhelming me. Because LinkedIn starts sharing your profile at once you friend someone, and so I was getting all these things. So is there a strategy for I have 3 people right now, and then once I get my site up.
Yeah, I don't want you to do anything until your profile's done. Then you'll feel better.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then there is a strategy for how you should reach out to people. Yes, you want to build the numbers, because the more people that see the good work that you're doing, right, the better. But if they're friends, you're just going to say, hey, let's connect here on LinkedIn, right? And go.
So there's no urgency with the sudden appearance that I start posting. Is that right?
No, I think you need to understand it before you do. I
I
really,
agree. That's why I
yeah.
haven't done it yet.
Okay. So so let me just talk, do you want me to talk more about this, or do you want me to touch on posting? You guys, Kelly?
Sting works.
Yeah, do a little
Oh.
bit on the content. Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's important to understand. Oh, I gotta share. I think it's important to understand that I think I said this earlier, that content is more passive from a relationship building point of view, but it's also, if you want to be that expert and influencer authority in your field and you love writing, then go for it. I'm not the writer, so I don't do a lot of writing. I post my podcast guests. I post something if I've got something to say, but I don't just post for the sake of posting. And by the way, in saying that, do not post your Facebook post and your Instagram post and then put the same thing on LinkedIn. Make it LinkedIn worthy, make it different. You know, Facebook and Instagram, now you can interchange them, right? But it's just a little bit different, I think, flavor on LinkedIn. So more professional, perhaps. I don't know. Okay, so first of all, notice that, let me go here. I'll have to go to mine so you can see. So, as I said, I don't post a lot, but notice when you post, there's your headline goes with you, right? This was 2 days ago. And I was posting my podcast, my current podcast episode. And I said at the bottom of it, and so I tagged the person that's in it, you know how to do tagging. And I said, the link is in the comments below. I don't put the link here because then they're gone. And so, and LinkedIn doesn't like that. But what lately I've been doing is adding, tagging some people in a first comment, and then so that they'll go look at it because they'll get a notification. And the second comment, which is not here because Samantha posted, which is great, is the link to the podcast. Oh, both these, I see I haven't been here. Yesterday, Samantha, I have to listen to this next. Okay, I introduced Samantha to Deborah because they're in a similar business. So now I will say something here. And then this person commented, so I will say something. Okay. But what's important is underneath the post is, first of all, you should keep track and pay attention to how many impressions did it get? And impressions just means how many news feeds did LinkedIn put that on when you first posted it. It does add more as you go, but initially, so 206 is not bad for mine, but not super. But what's more important to me are the likes and the comments, right? And again, that was pretty low, and I didn't expect much more. But based on the number of connections you have, if you get 5%, which is what that is about, that's not bad. 5%, that it sends it to 5% of the people you know. Okay, so let's look at another one. This is another event I'm doing. So this was me being on somebody else's podcast. That got 449 impressions, which was better, and 4 comments, right? This was a post I copied. Let's see. I'll show you. These are, see, I told you I don't like posting, so I don't do
Where do
it.
you stand on being on groups, and if you make your own post and sharing that in the group, or do you, or I don't even know if that's possible, or if you create a post in a group? Like, how do you leverage groups, or do you? I don't know.
Well, right now, groups on LinkedIn aren't that visible, and they're not really that, they're coming back. But right now, when I do post though, I get asked, do I want to post this in this group that I belong to? Because it seems to match, the post seems to match. And so I'll do it. Why not? Doesn't hurt. So what I want you to look at though, is when you do a post, are you giving some kind of a call to action? Are you saying if, if you want to have that conversation, let me know. If you agree, type appreciation in the comments along with the story of how that worked for you. I'm trying to encourage them to respond. I got 4 comments, big deal, right? It's really hard to, and the reason I'm showing you my feed is because I can't see on anybody else's what their impressions were and everything. So that's what you want to look at on your home feed is are you encouraging people to comment, to engage, or is it just getting, the news feed? Because if one thing's not working and you love writing, try something else. That's all I'm saying. You can do long articles and put those in your posts. Oh, I know what I want to show you. And this is where you're going to get more leverage around a post that was really good. Okay. So if you have a post that is getting a lot of traction or an event that's coming up, you want to add a featured section to your profile so that instead of it just going on the newsfeed and being gone in 3 seconds, you can pin it, so to speak, on your featured section. And I have a few things in here. That's my podcast and, and so on. This is an event I'm doing next week. This is one I'm doing next week as well. So I'm just saying there's things that you can do. You can post events on here. But I will tell you also, so I have an event coming up on the 26th, and I posted this. This is on my business page, Janice Porter and Associates. The reason I posted it on my business page and then invited people is because I can see who has signed up and see whether they've actually registered or not. That's the mix-up in people think they've registered and they haven't. So on your business page, you can see the list. You can't if you do it on your personal page. So it's just something to add to that for you, Kelly, particularly. And see, there's the event link for signing up. And if they don't sign up, I'll sign them up because they said they were coming. So I'll sign them up and then they'll get the link. It's just something.
Can you create events if you don't have a page, if you don't have a business page?
Yes, but you won't get that kind of information from it.
I see. Okay.
You'll just be able to, they'll just say they're coming.
Got
And
it.
they're really not because they haven't registered, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But that's
Thank
why
you.
I did it there. All
Okay.
right.
Well, thank you. Like we have just skimmed the surface of this.
Mhm.
But I do love that you got into the nitty gritty. We got to do a couple of profile audits, and I put Janice's LinkedIn there for you to connect with her. Make sure you put a personal note, otherwise she'll ignore it.
But I also invite you to go to my website, and there's a free 16-point checklist there that you can download. And
Perfect. I was
and
just going to
use-
ask if you have another link because I don't have it.
yeah, I will get
Put
that.
it in the chat for everyone.
I
So
will.
to make sure that we're directing them to stay in touch with you, to be able to follow up with you, to ask questions, to get some additional support potentially on their own LinkedIn strategies. So what was interesting to me is it just goes beyond, like, sure, there's like a template that you follow to create your profile, but you were talking about some really interesting strategies for how to reach out to people, for how to search who you actually are connected with, and to just remember to actually use the platform once you are in fact on it and have your profile up and ready to go.
Right. It's like a gem of so many things that you can do. I'm getting business from LinkedIn. I will tell you, just from talking to people, taking them offline to a Zoom call and having a conversation and then asking for the sale, basically. And Jude, if you get into conversation with people, hey, that's great. Love it. So are you ready to sign up? Are you ready to book a call? Are you ready to book the training? Yeah. So it's doable.
Yes, very helpful. Yes.
Good,
Mhm.
good. Appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you very much.
If we have 1 minute or perhaps, is there a disadvantage of not having a business page?
Is you don't have to have a business page, but because or a company page. But now if you're hiring, but again, it's who can see it, right? And the only people that can see your company page are your followers of your company page, right? So you can invite people to follow your company page. And if it gets big enough, then you can use it for different things. You don't want to have to worry about two different things when you're still focused on. Remember, people can connect with you on your personal profile page. They can only they can only follow you on your company page. Okay.
I found it was like when I went to make my where I work now section in the work experience, I didn't like that it looked like it wasn't a real business because there was no logo there.
Yes. Yes.
Didn't have, so that's when I ended up setting mine up.
And that's the place, by the way, your current work experience. If you go in the pencil to, write your description and put everything you want to put, there's also a section at the bottom to add media. And that's where I think your video should go. Jude.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, any follow-up questions, please connect with
Yeah,
Janice
please do.
directly. Thank you so much for being here, everybody.
Yeah, great.
Happy Small Business Week to those of you who are in Canada, and just happy Small Business Week because you're small businesses and we need to celebrate that more often. So very excited. That's why I'm here in this space today. So thank you all. We will have a recording of this available on the Entrepreneur School website. And I made a note to make sure it actually gets emailed directly to everybody who registered for the event as well. But as you have registered, you should be now getting my emails as follow-up. And I always do send out the replays for anybody who missed it or wants to go back and see what we were talking about, or you have your personalized LinkedIn audit recorded now, Jude, so you can go back and get all the notes in case you didn't write them down.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. So thank you, Janice. Thank you.
Welcome.
Have a
Bye,
good day,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye.
And bye-bye.